No other, no other girl, baby, no mother, my mother, no other, no other girl, baby, my mother, What the bum Sorry, sorry. Thunder beat, baby. I'm sorry. We're starting a little bit, 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 we're starting like 5 minutes. Kilo, make me wanna. Sundown, sundown, sundown. Cause you know now, yeah. Oh mama, is ya make me wanna cry. Yeah. My baby, thank you, love. Let me put my money on real quick. You know what I mean? I put my money on. So play Nigerian music. Gotta put our money on real quick. No, nah. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Let's get into our topic today. That's the problem. We like people who like to gym too much. But today, I have a very interesting topic. Before I start, let me hang on. Give me a second. All right. Today, I have a very interesting segment for you today. And I would like for those of you guys that are in the diaspora, before we start, I want to say it is my pleasure to welcome you guys to my weekly talk show, right? My name is Jay, right? And it's my pleasure to welcome you to my weekly talk show where I dive into Liberian music, culture, relationship, politics, and many more. And today, I have a very exciting show for you guys today. I really do. And that is something that I've been wanting to talk to you guys for a long time. You know what I mean? So before we begin, right? Please like, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with your friends, your family, and everybody and their mother. You understand? Because it keep the conversation alive. You know what I mean? It keep the conversation going. So with that said, please let's talk about something that is going on in Liberia today, and I want to bring to our attention. Hopefully, we could dive into it and we could bring it to light because nowadays it seems like Liberia is passing so much drug law or not drug substance law. And the best part about it, they are not specific. They are never specific. They just say it's substance law and that's it. And the substance law, it is so at this moment the penalty is so up there, like 10 to 15 years. If you are importing a substance in, then if you are caught trying to sell it or whatever, I'm just speaking a normal days Liberian language so you can understand. If you are trying to sell it or distribute it in any aspect illegally, right? The penalty for that is anywhere from 10 to 20 years. If you are caught with it and it's illegal, you could spend anywhere from 1 year, or you could like you may have to pay like $1,000 US in order for them to let you go. And the best part about it, right? This is the best part. If you are caught with it, right? Depending on the location, let's say it's a school ground or the magnifier or the amount of substance that you have, you can spend up to 10 years into prison due to the fact of the magnitude of whatever it is. So today I'm trying to bring to you guys a conversation or a topic where I think every one of us need to take into account, because I feel as if in order for us to look at the dynamic of what's going on, we first have to look at what's going on. Because right, and I have a question for you guys, because it seems like Liberia want to put all this law in, and they want to put all of these things into effect, but they don't have no rehabilitation that is equipped enough, right? Imagine if you was on substance, right? And then your family managed to put you into a rehabilitation, right? What do they have in place to have these people reintegrate into society? That's why it leads to this conversation, because this is very critical. How do a lack of employment opportunity affect the likelihood of relapse among individuals recovering from substance addiction? That's the question I have for you guys today. And the question again, I will repeat it. How does a lack of employment opportunity affect the likelihood of relapse among individuals recovering from substance? Because nowadays they said these people need to get off of substance. We need to put these things to get up to take these things off the market. However, when these things are taken out of the market, these people have nothing to do. They just sit around and hang around with the same friends. They ain't got no job, nothing to keep them busy. But yet, they are saying they are putting law into place that they know that is set up for failure. Because how can you tell me, after I have spent all my money to put my nephew, my niece, or whatsoever into a program so they could get off for whatever they are doing, then after they get off, now there is nothing put in place for them to reintegrate into society. So the chances of relapsing is very high, and because of that, the crime rate gonna go up. Because in America, there's a thing that we know of is called drawbacks, right? The challenge of drawback is real. So how you accept these people into society when they are having drawbacks? Now the crime rate gonna rise up, because they're gonna have to steal, rob, do all the extra just to support their habit, and that's gonna have a big effect into our community, into our neighborhood, into our society. For a country that just came from a civil war, like multiple civil war, multiple conflicts, for a country that is trying to progress, that trying to start all over from the bottom of the bottom. And now we had these things into effect. And if it's not managed correctly, the crime rate will rise up very, very high. They're already complaining about the Zogos. Now, at least the Zogo right now, most of them are stealing from their family members, because why? Their family member could afford it. Now, if you are taking these things out of the market and not managing it well, right, it will create demand for that. And because of demand, the price will go up, right? It will hurt economics. The economic system will be affected as well. So this is a very crucial situation that we are dealing with, it could either be a plus or it could be a flat, because it seems like they are not putting no play. Although, no, no, don't get me wrong, the health department is working with other nonprofit people so that they could put substantial amount of things into place so they could help these people. However, the question is, do Liberia have a facility or a place that is equipped enough to handle the challenges that these people could be going through? And after they go through these things, right, what do they have in place, right, for them to interact or to be emerged into society? And that's my question. I tried to bring a couple people on the panel so we could have this discussion, but it seems like our Liberian people sometimes, I don't know, they have a lot of information, but we have also created this thing where it's called fear. If it's not negativities, people don't want to buy into it. No, I am trying to open a place where we could feel comfortable to openly discuss a situation that going on in our community that is setting us back. And that way it will create awareness and norm to our society so that we could hold each other accountable just in case when these things are taking place and we don't want to say anything. So, with that said, my Liberian people, I am trying to bring to our attention, right, with all of these laws they are putting in place, all of these where they are trying to set up so that it could keep all of these substance out of the street. But I'm trying to bring it to your attention that they need to keep it in mind that it may also create a big problem for our community if it is not managed correctly. You understand? And that's what I'm trying to say. And I'm giving you guys the example of what could happen if it's not managed correctly. Because why? These people, they are, in a way, they are sick, right? So you have to deal with them like a sick patient. But it's a thing that is a ongoing treatment that have to constantly keep happening, because if they are in that society or in that environment all over again, it's a very high chances for them to go back to what they were doing. So, my Liberian people, let's take this into account. Yes, the government is trying their best, but the government have their hand full. They have a lot going on, right? So we, the people, we need to start doing something, right? It's not the government that create job. No, it's not, right? It's not the government that gonna create a facility for these places, for these people to be emerged back into society. No, it's us, right? But the thing is, we Liberian, we are so shady. We are so shady to the point that we don't trust ourselves. So if we don't trust ourselves, it will be hard for us to trust another person, because we think what we are capable of doing, that person gonna do it to us. And because of that, we Liberian, we don't want to do nothing. We don't want to work together. But you know something? Imagine these Lebanese people that we have in coming to our country, right? They're not coming there with just their money. I keep preaching this thing for y'all to understand. They are not coming to Liberia with just their money. They are coming with their brother money, their uncle money, their friend money. So because they know when they set up something, they're gonna get dividends. They're gonna get dividends. Because why? They are exchanging their money into American money into Liberia, and their profit is coming into American money into Liberia. So because of that, look, these people are leaving their homeland to come and do business in our country. But we don't see that benefit. We don't want to work together. We don't want to do nothing together. Because of that, look, in 10 years, right? The Lebanese people gonna be like the West the South Africa people. They are saying the white people, right? They are saying the white people, white people, white people, white people, white people. They are taking over this. They are doing this. They own 90% of the wealth in South Africa. I see Liberia going like that soon. Think about it. We not 64% of us are basically uneducated, and therefore we are for money business because we don't have it for poverty, right? We are willing to sell our valuables because why? We are not educated. We don't know the value of it. That's one. And two, right? Because we are not educated, right? We don't know how to help ourselves, right? That's two, right? And three, because of that, we're trying to find ways to solve our problem, or at least put a can opener over, or a can over our problem for a way of escape. That's what I'm trying to say. A can over our problem for a short time. And because of that, we are running to all these substance that is putting our society, our life into a whole lot of danger. You understand? And due to that, all we do is protest, 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 protest because we want somebody to come and help us solve our problem. But we're not taking initiative, right? Imagine if 100 of us put $200 together, 200 together, and then we come to America and put it into a CD, and that money is making money. Then we take a loan on our money that are making money, and take that money and create like a boys and girls club or like a YMCA, right? Then you hire people, right, in our YMCA to teach people how to do like stuff like mechanic work or farming, right? Or like IT or whatever, and teach people how to do that. Then when they graduate from your program, then you hire them and put them on the farm that you taught them, right? Then they are no longer on the street. Now, problem being solved. They are no longer Zogo when they get their rehabilitation, right? Now they got work to keep them busy, right? And the best part about it, right? Because you are the one that training them. They all gonna speak the same language, the customer service language, the knowing how to farm language. They all gonna speak the same language. So instead of we sitting here and say, oh, the government is not doing this. Look at the Zogo. They are putting this thing into place. They are setting us up for failure because why? They don't have nothing to put into place to keep these people off the streets when they are being endorsed into abusing whatever substance, right? So when you gave them the aspect or the avenue for them to help themselves, right? Then we will start being, you know, something to society. But we Liberian, we want to be the boss. We want to do it ourselves because we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves. Therefore, we don't trust another Liberian because we know we will do that if it was the other way around. That's why. But guess what? This is how you can solve that problem. You need to find people, for those of you guys that have a platform, YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok. Find like-minded people and have these conversations all the time so y'all could come together, right? Then, because everybody have their failures in life, y'all could bump head and set up rules and regulations. Then y'all could raise the funds so that y'all can do something together in Liberia. Because while you yourself, by the time you want to do something in Liberia with all the hustle taking care of your family, you will not be old enough or young enough to enjoy the perfect, to enjoy your labor. So, with all these laws and regulations they are putting into place about this substance, there is a way we can solve it. The problem is we don't know how to work together. Our brothers then that endorsing these things, they're just trying to find a way for them to escape their problem, right? And because of that, they may get 1 year into prison. And our old money, they just tired, depending on the government, right? When the government prove it and their family dying, I mean, are passing because why? They can't pay the money when they go to the health facility. Yeah? And then they get their daughter is being sick or they can't feed them. They are tired of that. So guess what? When these people come to them and give them an opportunity, all you gotta do is sell this thing for me, and you're gonna get this amount of money so you could do your market. Guess what? They are going to take that opportunity. That's the society we find in. It's like moral. It's no longer a line when you are starving. And we Liberian people, we are brought here. All we do is bicker. Look, you yourself, if you're working cleaning people hiney, right? That $500 that you getting, right? You could take $100 out of it, and out of all your 100 people, right? It could come out to be something substantial in LIB. Then guess what? Let's say when we do that, we build a quadrant, we build a district, and that district is thriving. Now, when our politician come to your district and try to ask you to vote for him, you could be like, look, everything here, I did it myself. We did it ourselves. What can you do for us that will make us want to vote for you? We can't, nobody want to help us. Nobody, they have their, everybody have their own problem. Nigeria have their own problem. Ghana have their own problem. Togo have their own. America have their own problem. The IMF have their own problem. The UA have their own problem. We have to solve ourselves. We have to solve the problem ourselves. We have to feed ourselves. We have to educate ourselves. We got to do everything ourselves. And it's not the government that's going to do it. It's not. It's not. It really not. So with that said, I thank you guys for watching the show today. I appreciate. I try to bring more people online so we could have a discussion. But next time, I'm gonna try to invite people and send them the code, the URL, so we could really have a discussion. We have to have an open discussion so we could bring awareness to things that are going on in our diaspora, in our surroundings. Because why? These people, there are too many people that are doing great things in our community. However, they are not being publicized. They are not being, showing to us so that we could put, some investment or to help them because we see what they are trying to do. However, the negativity online is the few of them, but they are so loud because why? That's how we feed into the nonsense. That's how we entertain ourselves. But look, there is so much work to be done, and we could use that to entertain each other. Yo, my group, y'all tell us what your group is doing. You've been in America for 55 years. Tell me what have you done for you to bring your people together so that y'all could work together and make something happen because Liberia is for sale. And if we don't do it right, 10 years we will be like, the Lebanese people have all the wealth. The Lebanese people have all the wealth. That's our next statement. The Lebanese people have all the wealth. Look at how they're treating us. Look at how they're beating us. Look at how they're talking to us. Why? Because we are not doing nothing. Some of us in the United States, right, will never think about going back home. But if some of us even willing to take the pay cut to go back home to help, the problem is we are not creating that avenue for us to have these nurses to go back to help, to have these doctors to go back and help, to go back and give something substantial to our society so we could get back on our feet. However, we are creating fear and division. consistently. What we need to be asking the government is, well, what can you do to create a safe environment for my investment or whatever I'm trying to do in Liberia so it could be safe? What are you doing, government, so that if me, Liberian, trying to go and ship my things to Liberia so I could give the people job, what are you doing so that process could be smooth and cheap and cost effective? What are you doing that if when I bring my stuff so that nobody will want to steal it, so that it could be safe? Those are the type of things we are looking for. But when we asked the government that and the government gave us that, then we, the people, could come and create jobs. Therefore, these people that we saying that they are the Zogo, that are doing the substance, and they're not able to go back into society due to a low employment rate, they will be able to get job or be busy to the point that they will not have time to go invest into those stuff that they were doing before, that were hurting our community, hurting our society, that they were not giving nothing back to the society. That's what I'm saying. And my platform is open for you guys to come and have this discussion. I'm welcoming you guys because there are some things I don't know. And there are some things, the way that some of you guys may speak, it may be much resonating to other people than my tone of voice. Some people may understand you more than they will understand me. So I am welcoming everybody to come so we could have a discussion about our mama Africa, our mama Liberia, how we could work together and pull our, because we said, right? You pew pew my pa, you pew pew my pa, mother, I will vote for you. That means that we are willing for bygone to be bygone, for us to start all over. So if you are doing that, how can we come together and work together and share information and resources and talent and specialty together so that we could go back to Liberia and do something substantial so that we all could have a place to go back home to? Because some of us, we don't want to live in this country forever. Some of us don't want to be living in exile forever. I'm a greedy man. I like my potato green. I like my pampata. I like my fufu and soup. I like all of that. And I like it organic. I like that the fact that when it's Christmas, on my whole street, there's a party. On my whole neighborhood, I can't have that where I'm at. So due to that simple fact, I am promoting and telling my people, right, with all of these problems that we're having in Liberia, right, whether it's the substance abuse, whether it's the education, because we say it's the mindset, right? Our Liberian people, we don't, our mindset. Whether it's that, it's take us working together and creating a norm and creating the language that our people need to speak, right? Imagine if we create something really good, right? Right? And go back to Liberia, we can be like, Mr. President, for example, the airport, the customer service at the airport is terrible, right? We have specialists that been teaching customer service for X amount of time. This, that, resume, boom, boom, boom. How can we bring our people that we teach and blah 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 with customer service? How can we bring them to your airport? How can you hire us so we could provide a service to solve your customer service problem at the airport? Now you're giving people a job and you're solving a problem. Oh, bang, 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 bang. Your customer service at your bank, the people don't know how to talk to people. Da, 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 da. How can I solve that your problem and give you professional customer service tellers where they will treat your customers with dignity and the customer service that they require is deserve. How can we sign this contract where we could provide that for you? There where we need to start looking. So I'm just saying this, right? Oh, right, my rehabilitation. You don't have nothing for these people to be to come back into society after they go through your thing, after they done taking their meds. When it's done, that they guess what? I will hire them all. They could come and work on my farm. Or I'll hire them all where I could teach them and do this and do that, and they come and work on my farm. What you say? Guess what? You are solving a problem. Everything in this world that has been created was to create to solve a problem. And that's all I'm saying. And I am saying it's not the government. We rely too much on the government. We rely, oh my Lord. And if it's not the government, it's America or it's the United Nations. And guys, in the diaspora, in the United States, there is so many specialists. So many specialists. Oh, you a nurse? Okay. Let's create a nurse society, the Liberian Nurse Society, where all the nurses could come together and do something. Oh, let's put 500 together every month. So we could do something. My sister, I need you to go to Liberia and be a traveler. I will pay you. Say we pay 500 together. We will pay you so you could go and teach these people this amount of time. Or my sister, we're gonna go and open a thing in Liberia where we could send 8, 9, 10 people there, and this 500 that we putting together in this bank account, right? You could get paid out of it, and we will appoint 10 people out of this so that before the money leave that account, these 10 people have to sign. Or even then, you could hire a bookie, and this bookie could be an American accounting. He could be one of these white guys. Oh, I need you to pay this person this amount every week, and we'll pay you this amount. Please take it from the account. That's it. And guess what? You will create a whole norm in Liberia. Create, oh my guy, what you do? What you do? Your construction, you do construction. Find as many guys that do construction from Liberia that want to do. My man, that put 100 together and will appoint 10 people to be our leader, right? And before the money leave these things, right? These people got to sign out. You will create something. But our Liberian people, we don't, and I don't blame our Liberian. Most of us, we have mental health issues. Most of us. I'm one of them, right? Look, all the stuff that we went through in Liberia, we have mental health issue, right? And not only that, prior to that, they taught us how to remember. They didn't teach us how to critical think, to think outside the box, right? So we need to try to figure out how to think outside of the box. How can we think outside the box to bring people together for us to be effective in our community so that we could solve this problem that they're talking about, this substance abuse. African don't do substance. We don't do that, right? But if we do, we try to run away from our problem. Black people, period. We are trying to run away from our problems. But if we are given an opportunity that we could be great, right? We will never run to these things. With that said, keep in mind my platform is about truth, unity, and the empowerment of our Liberian people, right? So if you like the conversation, please like, subscribe, and share the conversation with your friends and family to keep the discussion alive. Thank you so much for watching. And again, you remember the only way that we will share this information is to share with our friends and family. And that's the only way we'll keep it alive. And we could have a discussion in the comment section. Again, Please like and subscribe and share the conversation. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Again, my name is Jean J, and thank you for